In today's video, we're going to be looking at some footage I recently posted of UFOs over the highway that people have filmed. One that was filmed in Africa, and we'll look at the entire footage of that. And then we'll also look at some Foo Fighters footage. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're going to revisit some footage that was filmed in Africa. What you see here, some Foo Fighter footage, and then also someone that filmed a UFO over the highway. So we're going to just go ahead and jump into this video compilation.
Welcome back to the channel. So there's a video floating around of a couple in a car seeing a UFO at night, and the video is not clear, so let's just go ahead and get that in the air right now. They did film with their cell phone, they did film it at night, so with that it does make it harder to film this stuff and get clear video footage of it. But it's pretty interesting because during the video, and I'll show it to you in its entirety, you see another set of lights like right there in the right hand corner kind of come up in the screen, then it kind of fades away. But the main focus is going to be that one light right there, and then it comes into being 2 or 3 lights, which you'll see in this video. It's pretty interesting. This could possibly be some kind of military drone or something, but I looked at it a couple of times and I want to get you guys' opinion of it, because the lights do go, they do drive underneath the bridge, and then these lights kind of fade away and then you see it again. So this is something that they're actually seeing when they're driving. But some of the more important things is that they filmed it in its entirety. It's only about a 1.5-minute video, and they filmed this final part right here before they weren't able to see the crap anymore. So let me quit my yap, and I'm going to play it in its entirety, and I'll be back in just a minute because this is some pretty interesting footage. Alright y'all, so playing this back pretty slowly, this is pretty interesting. I don't know of any drones that would fly and be this large for them to see, but this is one of the better shots. I know it's blurry, I know it's distorted, but it's the best I could do right now with this, where you see 4 lights there. And if you zoom in a little bit, you can somewhat make out a shape of this. Now I can't tell if this is going to be triangular in shape or something else, but you can somewhat see this a little bit. Then if you go in and you try to like darken up or lighten up the image, you can see a little bit more. And if you darken the image up, you can somewhat see a little bit better as far as the shape of the craft in a way. So I tried to play with that, but I couldn't make out too much with it. But as the video continues to play, you see this craft flying, and all of a sudden it's going from 3 lights or 4 lights down to 3 and then 2. Now it could be that the craft is tilting at an angle. It could be a million and one things. So that's why I'm kind of talking to you guys about this. And some of the bigger things is going to be the exact location where this was filmed. What highway were they on? What was on the other side of that? Was it a bank, or was it, you know, a ditch area, or what? Because that's going to help us determine what this really is. But you see it kind of glowing down there at the very bottom, and then it just goes to 1 light. And I've never seen a drone, from my experience. I do kind of work with RC cars and stuff, and I've seen drones and stuff and play with them. I've never seen a drone go from a couple lights down to 1 light like this is right here. And then in just a few seconds, you guys are going to see where this second pair of lights came up behind it. And you'll see this in just a minute when these other lights come up. And there's the second set of lights. I kind of had to chop this up so I can continue to zoom in. What this second pair of lights is, I don't know, but she didn't get that on film as she was filming this. So it's obvious that as they're driving, they're filming this. So I don't think they really did any CGI or anything with this, because based on their reactions and stuff, it seems like they were legitly seeing something never seen before. And then there you guys go, you saw 2 lights come up, and then it's gonna kind of dissipate just a little bit, because I'm trying to make sure I zoom in on this good for you guys. And then it turns red, orange, and then you kind of see 2 lights there, and this could be from the flare or the glares of the camera and stuff like that. But from when it goes from this 1 dot to, you know, a couple of dots or lights, it makes it more interesting. Like the craft may be turning or shifting, but when it goes under the bridge, look at that. How it gets bright and it kind of lights the bridge up. So I've never seen a UFO be that bright, especially a light, especially flash like that. Now, when it went under the bridge, you guys see that. So that kind of rules out, in my opinion, that this is CGI or something they made up, because of when it went underneath the bridge, the lights just disappeared. Of course, when they got to the other side, you see the lights again with it. But I'm not too sure of what to make about this. I mean, I've never seen, like I said, a drone like this flying at night, and I don't know of anything that we have, and it didn't make any sound, any noise that would fly like that, not a helicopter or anything, and maneuver like that with 3 to 4 lights showing on and off. So this one's pretty interesting. I don't know if you guys have heard anything about this, seen anything like this. I like to show this to you guys to get your opinions on, in case you've seen something similar. A lot of times you guys saw some of these a long time ago. And like I said, when I kind of try to play with the light and darkness of the image, you know, this is the best I can do with it, because the video quality is bad. It really is, but they shot it at night, so I don't blame them. They weren't anticipating seeing anything like this. But these are some of the better shots right there. You can see that there's 4, maybe more lights on here. And then this one right here, I don't know what this second pair of lights is that was falling or trailing behind it. Maybe it was another craft, or maybe it was part of the craft. I don't know. But it's very interesting that they caught this on video. And this is the stuff that MoveOn and stuff should be looking into. Seeing something like this, taking the video footage from them, hopefully whoever it is, they come out and they talk more about it. I'm pretty sure it's somewhere on social media. But finding out more information about the highway, you can't even read that sign there with it. And it's not like they try to blur it out. It's just bad video quality. That's all it boils down to. And I heard there was some AI equipment out there that you can use to kind of touch up on this, but I didn't want to take too much away from the original video for it. So of course, if I find more information on this, I'll show this to you guys. But pretty interesting right there. This seems to be the back of what could possibly be this craft or something else. And then we have these 4 lights here with it. Now I don't know if that's the front of it or just turned to the side, but it's pretty interesting stuff. And then of course, this is one of the brighter shots right before the lights got really bright. It seems like it may have changed shape. Now, I've showed you guys stuff like this before where people have taken video footage at night. This is one from a security camera. I did this about a couple of months ago, where apparently the security camera caught this craft flying across the screen. And it was really fast, so they were able to slow it down. And these are some of the best images from that. Like, so this from a security camera years and years ago, and it was finally released. I think this was over 20-year-old footage with it, but you clearly see what could possibly be a craft there flying. And then we can't also forget the Homestead Now video that the farmer guy out there with his children took this video. He got actually 4 photos of this particular craft here at night. Very, very bright lights there. And it makes this more interesting for this case that these people just filmed. And then we also have the Beijing, China incident where we saw all kinds of weird lights and stuff flashing in too. So we can't rule this out as just being a hoax or a drone or something. This could actually be something that we're working on or something like that. But then there's also this footage here that people found in Mexico. Now this is during the daytime, so it could be that it was one light or orb and they kind of joined together for 3 or 4. We don't know, but it'd be good if we got some daytime footage too, because that can help us match up the craft, or at least the shape of what's going on with it. Because this right here, what you see here, was taken over in Mexico, and someone saw these 3 orbs, and they took several photos of this. But anyway, guys, put your comments down what you think about this. I thought this was pretty interesting. Wanted to show this to you guys to see if you've seen anything like this before. If you have, please put it down in the comments. If you find some links or anything, something that refers to this one here, let us know in the comments. Or if you've seen it yourself, especially at night, something similar, let us know as well. And if I find more information, like I said, I'll put that out for you. So don't forget to like, subscribe, put your comments down below. Stay tuned for the next video. Appreciate you guys watching. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I have a quick video for you. So this video I've showed before was apparently taken in South Africa in 2008, and it shows a craft there and then it just kind of shoots off to the right real quick. I'll slow this down a little so you guys can see this and zoom it in. Of course, it gets kind of pixelated once you zoom in on it, but you apparently see a UFO or a typical shaped craft and then it shoots off to the right there. Now this one reminds me kind of some of the Billy Meyer UFOs, and when you look at this video, I did an analysis on it a while back. It does kind of reflect the sunlight off of the craft, which makes this a little bit more credible than some of the other stuff. And I mean, I know Billy Meyer has been out there for a minute. A lot of people believe his stuff, and I do believe Billy Meyer saw something. I just don't believe in a lot of the photos and videos that he's put out there. I believe he saw something and he tried to replicate it with that, because this is some footage of what Billy Meyer put out there, and we've never seen any craft like this and move like this. But anywho, I got a whole video I'm going to break down Billy Meyer at some point in time, but this video here is going to take us back over to West Cape in South Africa, and it's going to be some interesting footage because it's taking it nice. So let me shut up and let this play real quick. What you guys are going to be looking for is going to be that craft there to the far left. It's taken at night and it's raining really hard, so I'll try to turn the volume down because it's raining pretty hard, but you will actually hear this, the rain and stuff for it, and then lightning flashes and you see the UFO and it kind of disappears. So here's the video here. Kind of disappears, and I'm going to let it play again so you guys can see it. So there it is again, the truck driver's looking around and stuff for this. Now there's a couple of key things I kind of want to point out with this. If you slow it down, you do see kind of a saucer shaped craft. I mean, it does look like the one before, and then as it dissipates or goes behind that fence or whatever, it does disappear, which is interesting. You see it more when the lightning flashes and then it kind of disappears. Now I want to point out a couple of things with this, because not saying that this person faked it, but it does make me kind of skeptical. Once you see that there, you do see, of course, a saucer-shaped or classical UFO-shaped craft as it's actually descending down behind this fence. But there was a couple of things that I noticed as I looked at this video, and I'll point this out, of a couple of things. When it goes behind the fence, it actually, from I think this point, it just kind of disappears. And you will see this as it plays. You guys see there's a big splash and stuff there, which makes it a little bit suspect. I mean, like I said, I haven't talked to the people. Somebody sent this over to me. They told me about this, and that's where it was taken from. Very interesting. But watch as this craft descends down, and then when it gets closer to the fence, you'll see here in just a second, it just kind of disappears. And notice that little splash there. Now, I don't know what to say on this, and I'm not a video expert on CGI or anything like that, but for that just to disappear, we normally see the disappear up into the sky, and then the video continues on just a little bit, and then you'll see this like arc splash over it, like that right there. So don't know what to make of this. It doesn't match, in my opinion, too much of the background, but I could be completely wrong. That's why I'm presenting this to you all, to get your feedback on this, because that is pretty interesting to see that right there. If it is computer generated, they kind of messed up right there. And if it's not, the craft could have went cloaked or whatever, and the water could have bent around it. I don't know, but I would like to hear you guys' opinions on this, because it's pretty interesting that from that point, the craft completely disappears. You don't see it anymore. Nothing in the background kind of matches anything. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think about this, because it's a pretty interesting video clip and stuff. If I get more information, of course, I'll let you guys know. But pretty interesting. I mean, like I said, you clearly see a UFO there, but when it dissipates behind or descends down behind the fence, it completely disappears. So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe. Got more videos coming. Stay tuned for the next video. Appreciate you guys watching. Welcome back to the channel. So I have something very interesting to share with you guys, and I want to get your comments on it. So if you guys aren't familiar with Foo Fighters, this is some modern day footage that was taken of. Now, people are skeptical of whether this is real or not, but it's out there. But what you're seeing here was video footage, and I had to slow this down because the clip was really quick footage of a Foo Fighter. Now, for those of you that are not familiar with Foo Fighters, it says here the term Foo Fighters was used by alleged aircraft pilots during World War II that described various UFOs, and the term UFO didn't come around until 1947. Mysterious aerial phenomena seen in the skies over Europe and the Pacific. Now, with that, here's going to be some more footage of what people were seeing flying around a lot of airplane stuff. They were seeing these balls of light. It seemed to occur in 2 or 3 balls, and they were flying around a lot of the aircraft and stuff. I'll put a link in the description below, but I have a whole video that talks about this. But the biggest thing of what you're seeing, I'm not going to read through all this, was you guys see their phone reported from in November 1944 in Orwell's Foo Fighters were presumed by witnesses to be secret weapons deployed by the enemy, and by that they meant Nazi secret weapons. And there were tons of newspaper articles. You can't really find that many now, but there was newspaper articles on this that you guys see here. And when they saw this, they had photos to back it up, like what you're seeing here. And then I have a couple more photos too. So there's photos in my archive I have of what these pilots were seeing at that time, and a lot of this was being photographed, and you see here. And there's other news, you might be able to Google and find a few more like I did. I found a few of them here and there, but here it talks about, you know, possibly Germany or German Nazi weapons and stuff for Foo Fighters. But this is before the term UFO was coined in 1947. And here's possibly some modern day footage of this. I do not have the location or who filmed this because this was pretty anonymous when someone put this out. Someone said this was 3 drones, but this is pretty high up to be 3 drones and to be that close to one another. Not gonna rule that out, but it's pretty interesting. So if you guys have seen this or heard about this footage, let me know in the comments below. But the reason why I'm bringing this to you guys' attention, because there is a reporting out there, and I'll put a link to this, about German World War II footage. And in this footage, they caught 2 Foo Fighters, what they're saying. I only saw 1 in this footage. It's basically being a plane's being shot at, and they filmed it. So here's going to be the footage here. And you're going to look right there. You see that ball of light? And that's not a tracer or anything from them shooting at it, at this airplane. And there's footage of it. It's a 4-minute video, so I'll put that link down below in the description for it. But the thing in this video was this like 8 to 10 second clip where you see this ball of light flying above this airplane. And here it is getting slowed down once more. Now, for some people that are skeptical of that, there's been photos like what I'm showing you. Here's a photo that someone took, and of course it's a little bit later than the 1940s, of something similar, of a ball of light flying above a craft. And then here's going to be another photo too. So these have been around for a while, and this footage is proving more and more that something's been going on. And we've got video footage as early as the 1940s. 1944 was when that footage was taken. And if you look at this and zoom in, it's kind of hard to make out, of course, of any shape. This was taken in the 1940s, 1944. So, of course, it's not going to be crystal clear or anything like that. And when you zoom in, it's just blurry, as you're kind of seeing here. But it's pretty interesting. So I wanted to share this with you guys. So look in the descriptions for links over to the video and the news article and stuff on this as well. And then there's something else I want to talk to you guys about real quick. You know, a while back, I did do some footage about UFOs, you know, overseas and in Hawaii and stuff. And this is some of the clearest photos I can get are video footage from that. And here's one right there showing that. Now, pretty hard to make out some of this and live and blur the story, but there is some software that I just recently found that kind of clears this up. And you guys kind of see the before and after of this software. And I'm just kind of thinking I'm gonna start using this software to clear up some of these photos. The only thing that has me kind of worried is as it clears these photos up, it might make out more than what's not on the craft, as you kind of see here. So put down the comments with that, because I have tons of photos like what you guys are seeing here that are blurry, distorted, and it's kind of hard to make out what they are. And that software may help out with that, or it may not. But put down in the comments what you guys think about that. Maybe I'll just do a video and see you guys' reactions to that. Because it's going to help clarify some of this and get some actual shape and stuff in these images here. So anyway, don't forget to like, subscribe, share this with your friends. As always, I appreciate you guys watching. I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.